G'day, update from the road. Training isn't always rainbows and going out and smelling the roses, and sometimes it's just driving to work and getting your day set with what you're eating and what you're prepping for. I've got a ramp test tonight, which is going to hurt. It's over and done with in usually about 25 minutes all up, and then you regret your life for about 10 minutes after that, and then you just get on with it and get results and get data that helps you race and train better as you go. So it's the 1st of November. This is 139 days, I think, till I toe the line at the Cape Epic. So, not that I'm counting. Yes, I'm very much counting. I can't wait to get there. So, a few developments. I can't remember if I said in my last one. So, Jose, my mate at this end, my training partner and my riding buddy, and purveyor of all things fast on 2 and 4 wheels, he's not going to be able to come to the Cape Epic for various reasons, and this is cool. We all have a life to lead outside of riding bikes. So he very graciously bowed out with enough notice and heads up that he just couldn't be there to ride with me, race with me, and this, like I said, that's okay. I went on the hunt and found a racer from Switzerland, of all things. A gentleman that spends, as far as I can tell, most of his time in Switzerland, but he married a South African lady, and they have a house in Stellenbosch, which is one of the most beautiful parts of South Africa that I've been to. And he's offered to team up with me, so we're in the midst of getting our official notification sent in to the guys and girls at head office at Cape Epic. So we're all sorted there. A few little tactical things we've got to work out in terms of transport and accommodation and how we're going to run all of that. That's not so bad, to be honest. The other upshot is, I think today or this morning, the first international flights are now coming into Australia after, I think they said it was like 560 or something days, it's like a year and a half of not having a single international flight land, and now they're starting to come in without quarantine issues and stuff like that, which means if they're flying in, they got to fly out. And my lovely travel agent Sonia at Hello World Travel in Goulburn, shout out to her because she's looked after me for God knows how long, will be eagle-eyed to seeing when the tickets open up that would get me into Johannesburg. Once you're in country, then to get down to Cape Town, it's, from memory, it's about an hour and a half flight. It's about 1,000 kilometres, or 1,600 k's it might actually be. It's a fair, you wouldn't road trip from Joburg to Cape Town, but all I've got to do is get as far as Cape Town, then the domestic flight down, and she'll be hunting that one. So we're getting there from that front. Will from Olo Industries has been tasked with putting together maybe some custom kit for us, so I hope that comes through. And yeah, from here on in, it's working out nutrition. And funny story, I've got to send the protein powder I use for recovery, the electrolytes I use on course for hydration. I use a liquid fueling that I put in with gels. All of those sort of things I'm going to send over in advance, because I can't think of anything worse than trying to get through customs in South Africa with big bags of white powder that are obviously going to flag, so that's not happening. So there's a logistical issue with getting food across and making sure it doesn't get destroyed. I'll have to send it fairly soon. The cost of freight of getting that across is going to be fuck. Anyway, yeah, so once again, training is going well, dropping weight, picking up some watts, some power, so that's a good thing. It's slowly coming together. It's all looking super positive. I have to prepare for, dare I say, what can go wrong. I just watched the 2021 abbreviated version of the Cape, where they had a reduced field, reduced volunteers and everything around them last week, which was absolutely amazing to see. Thankfully the two specialised pro teams, the men's and the women's, took it out, so something close to my heart, just from a brand point of view. But I have to prep for, they had one day in there that was particularly crap. Lots of rain and mud, and it just looked abysmal. 6 hours out there slogging around in some pretty horrible conditions. So there's one thing you can't control, is the weather. So March in South Africa should be pretty bloody hot, to be honest, and that's another thing to take into consideration. But there's every chance you get a day where it's suddenly you get a cold snap, or you get a bunch of rain come through, and that produces all its own problems. So there's a bit of training and adaptation to assume that you might run into a problem like that and know how to deal with it. There's a Shimano GP run by Rocky Trail this weekend down at Nowra, down the coast. I'm going to go down and do 6 hours solo down there. It looks like it's going to be potentially it's going to be a wet race, or at least muddy. There's rain forecast 2 or 3 days beforehand, and a reasonable amount, which means either the course will be muddy or it may even rain on the day. Normally I'd shy away from those sort of things and just say it's not worth, I'm not racing for sheep stations. But in terms of training and dealing with problems and crap conditions and just going out and getting it done, it's a form finder, so go and do that. So that's about it from the training side of things. My usual little GoFundMe shout out. This time Matt Reed, who I've known for many years, was originally a customer of mine when I had my shop back in the day, and lives kind of close to me, and I do a little bit of work on his bikes, and he has been so kind to donate to get me across to this insane, big, hairy, audacious goal. So Matt, thanks mate, it's much appreciated, and trust me, every single cent that anybody puts in helps me get across the drink to go and, well, beat the hell out of myself over many, many hours in a foreign land, which doesn't sound like that much fun when you put it that way. Anyway, yeah, every little bit helps, so thanks Matt, much appreciated. I'm going to get on with my day. I'm going to spend 8 hours of today not stewing it over, but thinking about how the ramp test is going to go, that 20 minutes plus, because I'm sort of looking for, or I'm hoping for, an improve in FTP, functional threshold of power, so basically what I can operate at. I'd like to see that that's increased a fraction. Yeah, so like I said, I'm just going to spend the whole day semi-freaking out about hopefully getting an update there. Hey, if it goes backwards, it goes backwards. If it goes up, happy days. So we'll see what the next report brings as to whether or not this all worked out. So yeah, onwards and upwards.